I want to talk for a moment, though, about the Jeffrey Epstein case. There are a lot of indications. There are a lot of people who have expressed concerns culminating in the phrase, Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. It was initially reported that he had died by suicide, but according to a whole lot of news reports, a private pathologist who took a look at the case said that Mr. Epstein experienced a number of injuries that are, as he put it, quote, extremely unusual in suicidal hangings and could occur much more commonly in homicidal strangulation. Are you familiar with that statement?
I have seen that in the media, yes.
According to news reports, security cameras that were in the hallway watching Mr. Epstein's cell just happened to malfunction the night that his life ended. Can you tell me how frequently do prison guards, do prison guarding security cameras malfunction like this, and what are the protocols to check on them and to make sure that that doesn't happen?
Senator, we are very behind in terms of monies for improvements throughout our institutions. You know, as I mentioned earlier in my opening statements, our institutions are very old and a lot of the systems are faulty. Just in the last year, we were able to come up with enough money to redo all the camera systems in all of our institutions. It's not completed quite yet, but we did get the funding to replace all of our camera systems. We upgraded them from analog to digital, and we have a lot more cameras now in the institutions than there used to be, because we used to have a lot of blind spots, but we just didn't have adequate cameras. MCC New York is one of those. It is like partway through its whole camera reinstallation, and so by this time next year, we should have all of our institutions should be completely upgraded in terms of cameras.
Okay.
So when they're faulty, they do break down sometimes, to answer your question.
When they break down, you can't see it, and so if given that the security cameras malfunctioned that night, how can we be sure that he did kill himself?
Sometimes you can see some, and it's just the visibility on an old analog camera is grainy, and that's usually the problems that occur. Is that you can see what's going on, it's just grainy, and it's harder to identify precisely what you're seeing on some of our old cameras.
Some of what was going on in this case?
I don't know about this case because I was not allowed to see any of the cameras after it occurred, sir.
Why is that?
Because the Inspector General and the FBI's office are the ones investigating, and we are not allowed to touch anything. Once a situation occurs and the FBI and the Inspector General's office comes in, we are not allowed to talk to staff or have any interaction with what's going on in their investigation.
Until after the OIG?
Until it's finished, yes. We will know once the investigation.
Do you have any idea how long that'll be?
No, we keep hearing soon, and I don't know how long soon is.
Okay. One of the concerns I have is that it's my understanding that at the time of his death, he was in a high-security housing unit, one that was supposed to be checked every 30 minutes. And that from what I'm told, it appears that hours went by, possibly 3 hours or so went by without anyone checking on him. If that is true, would that have represented a lapse of protocol?
A lapse of a lot of things, Senator. Protocol, policy following, lots of very negative things if staff are not doing their rounds and their cell checks as they're supposed to be doing.
Okay. Is there a correlation between deaths in these high-security housing units and the failure to make timely checks on inmates according to Bureau of Prisons protocols?
As I indicated earlier, the average deaths in a jail facility, like these higher security pretrial facilities, the average in the country, in the jails across the country right now, is 50 per 100,000 inmates. We had 2 in a jail facility in the past year, 2, which suggests in the vast majority of our institutions we are doing things correctly and are making our checks. Now in our special housing units and our other institutions, we have had a couple of instances where when we went back and looked at the cameras after something untoward had occurred, it was not always clear that the officers had done specifically what we were asking them to do by policy. And in each case when that occurs, we call in the Inspector General's office, we have an investigation done, and if it appears to be any type of criminal act occurring, then we call in the U.S. Attorney's Office and the FBI, and we.
Ladies and gentlemen, Epstein and what happened to him has blown a giant hole in the globalist facade. They don't know what to do now. ladies and gentlemen, because it's about pedophilia, it's about blackmail, it's about deep state control, and we exposed it all 13 years ago with him specifically. And we said he'd die in jail. And everywhere people go, man, you're right, it's come out, wow, incredible. So it's a great way to spark up conversations with people and lead them to the truth, to talk about Epstein, not just this Christmas, but into next year. That's why we'll put it up on screen for TV viewers. We have it up on Infowars.com. The shirt's being made right here in America right now. Christmas lights are a lot like Jeffrey Epstein. These things don't hang themselves. So that's a meme out there. I thought we'd make it into a shirt. It's a nice white shirt with a nice long sleeve green arms. In red, it says Christmas lights are a lot like Epstein. They don't hang themselves, with him with Christmas tree lights wrapped around his neck, and it's a great limited edition shirt. We're only going to sell it through this Christmas, and it's something good to have so that you can help wake up other people in your area and fund the InfoWar. It's a nice shirt, costs us more than $10 to produce, so they're $24.95. Limited edition shirt at InfoWarsStore.com or 888-253-3139. Christmas lights are a lot like Jeffrey Epstein t-shirt. That's right, because these things don't hang themselves. InfoWarsStore.com or 888-253-3139. And there's a lot of other designer shirts, a lot of other limited edition shirts, and all of our classics at InfoWarsStore.com. So, Christmas lights are a lot like Epstein. These things don't hang themselves. Get yours today. Spread the word in the third dimension and fund the very hardcore, real, bona fide, authentic, tip of the spear. Infowars.com will never submit to tyranny.